Hello guys, my name is 711 and welcome to, I believe this is the 6th week of the Pokemon Battle Association, Season 4. This week we are battling Benji, and if you guys recall from last season, Benji is, well, he basically sweeps me here because he has 2 sword stances, and that's enough to pretty much sweep my team. So there's one shot. There's another one shot. There's another one shot right there. And Staraptor goes down to another extreme speed. And Meloetta, another close combat. And last but not least is Cradilly. He's a guy that really beat me bad last season. So I'm hopefully going to get revenge today. And I'm bringing a very bulky team with some offense to it, not a whole ton of speed. As you can see, he has Gengar, which can really annihilate most of my team because of Shadow Balling all 3 of my Psychic types. He can Focus Blast or even Hidden Power fighting the Bisharp. Flygon is always scary because you never know what item it has until it's too late. Vaporeon is not two-shotted by anything, and he has a Porygon Z on top of everything else. So let's get on with this battle, shall we? So I decided that I really need to get up either Stealth Rock or Sticky Web with Smeargle, and he leads with the Porygon Z. And I figured that he's probably going for that Magic Coat, and he does go for Magic Coat just like I thought. And so I decided instead to go for the Nuzzle. This pretty much neutralizes Porygon Z's speed, which is pretty nice. So I thought that he was going to go for another Magic Coat, but instead he went straight for an attack. He went for the Tri-Attack with adaptability boosted. That Glalie is just out of here. So Glalie goes down just like that. I see Life Orb, which means that he'll be losing damage every time he attacks. So I decided now to go into Bisharp, and I figured, you know what, nothing on his team really wants to take an Iron Head, except for maybe the Vaporeon, but he sends in Gengar. So I go for the Iron Head, and what do you know, I get a critical hit. And so down goes the Gengar, which I was so scared about. And so he goes into Luxray here. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe he forgot that I'm Defiant. So now I'm at +1 attack, and so I'm at a pretty good situation right here. Wild Charge does not kill. We see that as I go for a knockoff, there goes his choice Scarf. It goes the Luxray. And so next he has the Sylveon, and I find out later that he's choice Scarf, but he doesn't have enough EVs to outspeed Bisharp, so down goes Sylveon. And so all of a sudden half of Benji's team just got one-shotted by Bisharp. So I decided to go for a knockoff here, and it does about 55-60%. And there's a Shadow Ball. I don't know why he Shadow Balled. Maybe he expected a switch. He probably expected a switch. But down goes the Vaporeon. So now that Bisharp is at a lower health, I decided to just put some damage onto Flygon, just in case of a Yache Berry survival later on. He goes for the U-turn, and down goes the Bisharp. Bisharp, you did absolutely amazing work back there. Amazing work back there. So he goes out into Porygon Z as I go out into Slowbro. And the reasoning here is that, first of all, I brought a specially defensive Slowbro this week, so I know I could live a hit. And especially with the Waken Berry, then that really helps out with this here Thunderbolt. But even then, he gets a critical hit, and he gets the paralysis. And so that's actually pretty huge because of that paralysis, now Porygon Z is faster because we're both paralyzed. So with that tri-attack, Slowbro does go down, in fact. So now we are at 3-0, and I decided to just clean up this battle with Latias. Now, the scary thing about Flygon is that he U-turned, and so that makes it look like he is choiced. And if he's choice scarfed, he could potentially win with Outrage. And so I have Endure Salac Berry for a scarfed Outrage Flygon specifically, because that could completely wipe out my team. But seeing that he Toxic, seeing that he has leftovers, means that I'm definitely going to outspeed next turn. So the Salac Berry was pretty much pointless, so I just go straight for the Ice Beam, and that just wraps up the game. So the critical hit didn't matter, but down goes the Flygon. So I beat Benji with a 3-0 win. I think that I played pretty well. Benji had a few questionable plays, like the switch into Gengar into Bisharp. That was kind of weird. The critical hit Ironhead was kind of lucky on my part. But then he brought in Intimidate Luxray on a Defiant Bisharp, which was pretty odd. And then on top of that, he had... what did he have? He had a Choice Scarf Sylveon. He had Choice Scarf Sylveon that... yeah, he had a Scarf Sylveon that just did not outspeed Bisharp. So anyway, all of those led to my victory. For the Eevee evolutions, I did bring Gothitelle, especially defensive Gothitelle, with both tricking a Choice Band, but also taunting in case there's a setup move involved. So that's kind of interesting. And then there is, I believe I packed Miracoat, or maybe just Psyshock. But anyway, yeah, that's essentially my team, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then like this video and comment on this video telling me what you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Peace.